Guys, I just hired another warehouse. I can't believe we now have 2. Now, the best thing about this warehouse is it's literally right here. That's right, guys, we have hired the warehouse right next door to us. There is a little bit of a caveat to this. So I'm gonna go inside and show you exactly what we're doing and tell you why we've just hired our second warehouse. All right, it's essentially exactly the same as ours, except reverse. So I'll take you on a quick little tour so I can show you guys what we've got. How's having a keen little look at our second warehouse. I'll flip you guys around and give you a tour. All right, so you come through here like you do with ours. You've got the toilets in here. You come out to the warehouse, some leftover parts, a pallet, but essentially this whole warehouse is going to be ours. We've got the roller door, which is a nice little inlet, all your normal bits and pieces. Essentially, we've got almost a 300 square warehouse that is ours. So the only caveat to this whole thing is we only have this for 2 weeks. We've done a very short-term lease on this. The last tenants moved out. There's some new ones moving in, but we're going to be running a massive auction in this warehouse in about 4 days time. So Thursday, after the video comes out, this will be full of our stuff and there'll be an auction in here run by the auction room. So jump on the website and check out if there's anything you want. I think it's only open to locals at this point, no shipping, but we have essentially a week and a half to get this place ready to go for that auction that's going to be on March the 20th. So what are we actually going to be selling? We have to head back to the main warehouse and show you guys what we're actually going to be selling in this auction. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be putting aside for auction, and then there is also a whole line of stuff that we won't be selling on our store ongoing that we might as well put in the auction because it is costing us money to rent that warehouse, and we also have to pay our auction fees. So before I get into the items that we're actually going to be auctioning off from our store, I want to tell you a little bit of a breakdown of how much this is costing us, what our goal is for this, and essentially why we're doing it. So that space is costing us $1,500 for the 2 weeks, so expensive. The auction is going to be a 20% flat fee that we are going to be paying the auctioneer, which essentially means for us to break even, we probably need to do about $6,000 in revenue. We're hoping for at least $10,000. So let's show you a few things that we're going to be selling out of our main store, as well as some of the stuff out the front that is going to end up in the auction. And what do you think about this craziness?
I hope it goes absolutely gangbusters and we make a butt ton of money, but I think actually the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is just having that stuff gone, because it's not stuff that we can easily list on eBay.
So we actually have a big section out the front that has been waiting to get into an auction, and we just haven't been able to get stuff in auction regularly enough to move some of this stuff. So I'm going to take you into that front room, show you a few of those items that we're going to be putting up for auction, and then talk about some of the categories we're going to be removing from our store and moving on as well.
Let me take you on a tiki tour of what's going to be available at auction. Where to start? Lego. We have tubs upon tubs of like 13 kilos of Lego, and we used to list this on eBay, but we don't want to. We would rather have an auction. We've got CDs, we've got gaming stuff, we've got more CDs, we've got vinyl records and vintage homewares and board games. We have some yellow bath rails, which, yeah, not my taste. Giant tents.
Essentially everything in this room is going, plus some lines that we have in our stores. So probably our main focus of stuff we want to be moving on, that we're not listing in those categories anymore. We're not really getting stock for these categories anymore. There's still some really nice stuff here, but like, you know, on eBay, if you're not listing in certain categories for a while, definitely falls down to the bottom of the list of things that people are looking at. So we've got heaps of toys, we've got AFL mugs, we've got collectibles, we've got random clocks here, we've got golf clubs. We're probably even going to be moving a lot of this, like, you know, Hot Wheels stuff, amiibos, maybe even some of these CDs we might end up pushing along, probably a whole bunch of these board games, especially that one. All these like little ticky-tacky kind of random collectible things is the sort of stuff we want to get rid of. As well as like these massive Sony stereo system speakers, because shipping that's going to be painful. We don't want to be dealing with that ongoing. What else do we have around here? Maybe even we'll do some plush. We'll be going out the door, going to be getting rid of any of these sort of paintings and random bits of, I don't even know what you want to call that, collectible kitchenware, like little figurines, I don't even know what else. We're probably going to be getting rid of most of our pops because we've probably sold through all the stuff we want to. More pops down here, more pops, more collectibles. So I guess what I'm saying to you guys is it's probably going to be worth you guys having a look at this. There will be an open day, I think, on the Wednesday before the auction, so the 19th of March. Anyone that's in Adelaide wants to come down and have a look, definitely come down and have a look because there's going to be so much stuff. We're aiming for about between 500 and 700 lots out the door in that small period of time. So I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can actually go over and check out the auction. But for now, we've got to start moving stuff across there and getting it all set up. I've slowly been bringing some stuff over to the warehouse. So I'll give you a little bit of an indication of very, very small amount of stuff that's going in here. So the idea is to fill as much as this we can. We've got more rack coming in, more tables. Hopefully, like I said, 500 to 700 listings. Let's have a look at what we've already put in this auction. So one for your resellers. First up, it is a mannequin, good full length there. And then we also have all of these AFL like posters and memorabilia. There's some AC/DC, some indigenous paintings. That one is actually quite a valuable piece, that one. Tons of Lego, 13 kilos there. We have electronics, we have some cards, some more Legos, more electronics. There's some brand new TomTom Runner 2 music there. We've got collectibles, Twilight, the little Disney cup, mug, what is that? Teapot. We have some old stereo systems, some collectible vintage, what are these? Tag-along Thomas and Friends, tons of CDs. We've got some marbles so far, some gaming stuff that we're going to lot up, some excess Mac pack. All of this is newer tags, so that's quite a good little lot. And literally that's just the start. Guys, I have been sweating my ass off here trying to get this front section clean. It's almost done. Let's go see what we're up to in the warehouse because a lot has gone in there. All right. It's getting there very slowly. We've essentially got a lot of prints over here, some really nice SANFL, little Australian LGL Tri-Nations, ladies, gridiron, Guernsey. We've got some science stuff, we've got AFL, we've even got violins and Yamaha electric keyboards, heaps of stuff that was there before, some cameras, they're all as is, untested, so don't know what they're going to do. Same with the bows. Untested. We've got tons of stuff along here, big dinosaurs from that garage sale, and then all of this stuff here is still to be sorted. There's still so much left in the warehouse that we need to actually get through, as well as all of this stuff along here. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here for today, day one of getting everything in this warehouse. We're probably going to have to get, I don't know, maybe 10 of these tables. I can borrow some from a friend, which is awesome. But I think this is going to be like a 3 to 4 day job to get this all sorted because we have to take all the photos, we have to sticker it all. So it's a massive job, but we just need to get rid of some of this stuff and start planning for our future. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, and that'll give us a week and a half before the auction. So back in tomorrow to continue stacking, continue sorting, start working on pulling some stuff from our eBay store to get them up on the shelves ready for this auction. All right, day 2 of Operation Auction, and we have a whole bunch of tables that we picked up. We have a whole bunch of boxes that we picked up and a lot of work to do. So today we are going to be moving stuff out of the store into this space here ready for auction. We're also going to be pulling the last few things out of the warehouse that were already set for auction. But as you guys can see, it is already shaping up to be a pretty big auction, and I'm excited to see what everything ends up going for. As I said, we kind of need about $10,000, I think, to sort of make some money on this. Obviously, a lot of this stock will just be sort of clearing at cost price. It's just stuff that's been sitting around, but there are some really nice items in here as well. So Jazz is probably going to start pulling all the stuff off the store. I'm going to start unloading the van with all the stuff that needs to come in here. And then we're going to get started on actually identifying all this stuff, numbering it, and getting it ready for the auction. I've just pulled up back at the warehouse and we're going to see where we're up to. We have some more stock to go into the auction. It is very bright out here. So let's go see what we've got in the warehouse. Okay, looks like Jazz has been doing an awesome job since I've been gone. I was only gone about, I don't know, 30 minutes, half hour? 30 minutes, half hour. 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And Jazz has got a whole bunch of toilets here ready to go. Some Ninja Turtles, some nice little figurines, more figurines here. We've got some wrestling figures, some cards. We've got some, I think that's old like Hot Wheels stuff. We've got a heck load of pops. That's a crazy amount of pops. I didn't even realize we still had that many. And then some VHS. So we still have quite a lot to go through and a lot to set up, but it is looking like we're gonna have quite a lot of stock that needs to go in this auction. And Batman and Superman poster. We've got that too.
She's a biggin.
Let's have a quick look at what I just picked up as well, which is going to end up in the auction. We are in the back of the van here. I just got a bunch of cards. There's some AFL in there. I think there's also a bit of whatever that was, not going to go well. I think there's also some Pokemon, but we have some car parts here, some tools, some more car parts. Random bits and pieces, really. Just a whole bunch of stuff that I think we can sell. Do you have any highlights to point out to people?
Ooh, I've got what's in my hand, so I've just thrown a bunch of Pez dispensers in the toy box. More toys, train tracks forever, heaps of pop vinyls, but they're actually good pop vinyls. We've had them listed for 3 months, so that is it. We're bundling them up, but actually decent stuff.
Yeah, I mean, some of this has come from different lots. So this was probably 9 months ago, I'd say, and the better stuff is sold out of that. And then a lot of this is probably from that garage sale haul, and we kind of sold all the really like quick moving ones, and these are just kind of hanging around. So I think that's worth us like doing this and just sort of moving them on and getting some space back. Because I mean, pops, there is a market for it, but it is a slower market. So
they keep surprising me. Like, we've actually done it pretty good with them, but yeah, they're on a quick turnaround for us, in and out.
So I guess our plan overall is to kind of have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, I reckon, to try and fit all that stuff in. I'm not even sure like how many we're up to right now, but
we have a furniture aisle and a tools aisle and a car parts aisle.
It's going to be really interesting to see what does best, because maybe we can do something like this in future again. But a lot of this stuff has been like building up over the last sort of year and a half, 2 years. And it's time for us to get some of that money back and get some space back in the store. I'm even putting some pretty awesome stuff in here. An N64, I haven't tested any of this stuff, which is why it's in here. So it's kind of like, you know, by our own risk really, but N64 and NES are pretty safe. So I reckon there's some really nice potential in that. Banjo-Kazooie game with that one, controller, power cord, pretty much everything you need to get started. We've also got some PS1 stuff here, a whole bunch of that PlayStation stuff that you saw me bring from home. So essentially I'm just trying to lot up a lot of this stuff at the moment. I've just done a whole bunch of cards, Pokemon, AFL and soccer. There is actually some decent cards in these sets, like this little Zacian, little burst in the AFL ones. I even saw, what was that other one? Over here, I saw some older, like, Tony Modra. Yeah, 1 or 2 of the older cards in here. Some nice little cards in here. I mean, if I had the time, I could probably bundle them up and sell them like that, but I just want to get rid of all of this in one foul swoop. How do you think we're going so far?
I'm just trying not to keep things vintage Christmas. Also, found a brass duck, didn't know I owned that.
Seems like you might be keeping that.
Not keeping anything else, I promise.
I've just been sorting some gaming stuff. So we've got SNES, NES, N64, PS1. I've got some more PS1 and 2 in here, some more PS1 and 2. It's just gonna be a whole lot of stuff.
It's so cool.
How you going down here?
Yeah.
I feel like you're enjoying this far too much.
Yeah, there's a chance I could go overboard, but it's so much fun.
It's nice to have some space back. We're obviously going to probably have to condense all this, or at least fill this with some new stock.
Oh yeah.
But that's not going to be a problem.
That's going to be very easy. There's also things that I've found on the shelf and searched and they weren't even listed on eBay. And cool stuff like Jurassic World dinosaurs.
Just that stock take, hey?
Right?
All right, let's go have a look at the other warehouse and see where we're up to. It's almost 4 o'clock on Saturday. So I think we're almost done for today. I think we're at about 250 potential listings. Plus we've got so much more that we're probably gonna clean out over the next couple of days. Let's have a look. All right, if you guys can't tell, it is a bit of a bomb site, but there is some progress in here. Okay, it's definitely starting to fill up. You can see that most of these shelves are starting to fill up now. We just added some docks and some nice coach boots. We have added some books. We've added some more cameras. We're starting to do some more bits and pieces in here. Some more toys, some more games. We've actually moved the pops from down there to over here. We're probably gonna have to mix these up because I don't want the lots to get sort of mixed up and the wrong person get the wrong one. So I might move like one of them over there, for example, and then one of them over there and do a bit of a switch over so that we can get some stuff out. I found a couple last pair of Iron Williams that were floating around the warehouse, so we'll throw them up as well, see if we get some decent money out of that. This item over here is actually pretty cool. This here is like a professional lighting setup. It's pretty hefty. I don't really have a need for it though, so it's all there. It's got the projector and all that sort of stuff, so that might be worth someone grabbing if you're a reseller. They've also started moving all the like pictures and sporting memorabilia up back here, paintings and stuff like that. We'll probably end up filling out this area here as well, because as I said, we're trying to get between 500 and 700 listings. I think we might struggle, but we have all this space down here to put more stuff. We have all this row here we can put more stuff, but I'm not too disappointed in what we've got to in really a day and a half. We got some more Nintendo 64. Jazz has found some more stuff from the store. What have you found here?
All sorts of cool stuff, but stuff that I think it'll just be good to have gone quickly instead of waiting. So I've got like a little lot of vintage handbags. I've got like motor racing magazines,
some of the Star Trek collectibles. We got some Flintstones VHS, some Skylanders, some more AFL stuff.
This is something that wasn't listed. It's a Star Wars Sphero.
Oh.
How wicked is that? Dig that out.
Is that this guy? Yeah, that's pretty random.
It's just been sitting in our storage, not even available for sale. Now it's available.
I think we're probably up to about 250.
Okay. We're getting there.
I think that's probably about it for day 2 of this crazy move from one warehouse to another. We still have quite a lot of stuff to go through though. How much more items do you think we're going to pull out of the store?
I mean, I got on a roll today. I could go pretty hard on it.
I think we probably pulled like 500 items from our store at this point, so a lot coming out. Hopefully that doesn't make too many issues on the store, but it's good to clear some of this stuff out.
After a long second day of setting up the auction, Mum and I have tried to leave and my fob is out of battery and the gate is shut and we're locked inside and Brad's already left. So we have to wait for him to get all the way home to see our message that we're trapped to drive all the way back and get us. So day 2 has become a very long day.
All right, day 3, where we're at.
Day 3 and I slept in the warehouse last night. Brad said I'm not coming back.
That's definitely not true.
We do have a replacement battery, so that is sorted. We've got an entire van load of stuff that we brought from our house. I don't know how we had so much stuff in our house. And we're gonna bring over some more bricky-bracky stuff from our eBay store.
Yeah, and I actually found another shelf at home, so we're probably gonna have to move all this stuff down one spot, and I found a couple more tables that we should be able to put on the end as well. So we should be able to fit most stuff on tables, and then there might be a few sort of rows of like stuff on the ground, but it is shaping up okay.
Let me show off these genuine Coach gumboots that I cannot believe we haven't sold.
Yeah.
No reserve, come and bid on these at Coach gumboots, please.
What size are they?
My size, so please.
All right, that's given us some more space to stack some more things. Whole shelf here. We've still got a little bit down here and here. This shelf needs a bit of work. And I have one more table in the van and maybe 1 or 2 in the actual warehouse as well. So starting to come together. More lots going up. I've just been working on getting some clothing up. So we got a really nice Ferrari, a nice Raiders jacket. I'm even going to do some of my player issue stuff. Just some lower end players that I either have double ups of or don't really need. Little SANFL piece. I think that one might be Rory Atkins from when he was playing for us. So yeah, we'll get those up. There's probably going to be about 30 or 40 pieces of clothing. I've started getting the tool / car section ready. The next section we probably need to tackle is this. And we still need to tidy up all of this, and we still have to photo and list all of this, plus some stuff that's still coming from the other warehouse. I think the biggest struggle so far has been the heat. The last 3 days it's been like 35 to 37. If you can't tell, I'm pretty sweaty right now, but we need to get this done. It is Sunday today, which means we have about 3 to 4 days to get this whole thing done so they can put it up on the website and ready to go for March 20th. So I'm going to keep chipping away and maybe do a bit of a catch up as we go, maybe before I leave today, and let you know where we're at. I think we're probably at about 250 now. I think we ended yesterday at about 200. I may have estimated, I can't remember what I said last time, but I think we're at about 250 now, which means we probably need at least another 50 and hopefully higher than that. I think we can definitely do it because there's still plenty of stuff in the warehouse that we're probably going to clear. So it's going to be a gigantic sale. How are we going in here?
Excellent.
I see you've already pulled some items here. What do we got? Car radio, electric flash, little Mustang plane model. This is cool, this talking Viewmaster 3D. Surely someone's going to grab that.
I'm getting on to manga books, anime books, manga books, whatevs. We have so many just like one-offs and groups of 2 and 3 around the store that'd be amazing as a lot, but we've just listed them all as we got them, so that's going to be a sick lot.
Probably last check-in for today of day 3. So it's only about lunchtime on a Sunday, but we have Jazzy's grandma coming, so we need to pack up and head back home. But essentially I've loaded up this rack now, so we've got a whole bunch of really nice jerseys. There's some of the player issue stuff at the front there. I'll flick through them in a second. But we also have a huge amount of hats that are going up. We have vintage AFL, so that one right there. We have Australian, I guess, sport, and then US sport on the other side, just there. I can't get my finger to go the right way. And we've also been loading up these tables with some extra stuff. We put some plush in there as well, some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So we are absolutely smashing stuff into this auction. I'll flick over and show you some of those jerseys I put up. Like I said, lots of player issue stuff, some Crows stuff. I even have some West Adelaide Bloods. We have some Redbacks cricket player issue. We even have Port Adelaide Magpies player issue as well. Some Crows Academy stuff. We also have some AFLW Rising Stars. We have SANFL, tons of SANFL, Sturt. We've got some Panthers stuff here as well. We've even got some, I believe this is FFSA, Adelaide Galaxy, 2 of those. And then, yeah, as I said before, tons and tons of hats. I still got some more to sort here as well. But I think we're going to get close to at least 300 today, I reckon. All right, time to pack up and we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Day 4, I think, of setting up this crazy auction. We got a whole bunch of boxes from our local IGA, so we've got some more stuff that we can actually fill, because essentially all this stuff at the front here is stuff that needs to be sorted into some new lots, and we probably have another 50 to 100 lots that need to come out of our store and into here. So we've got plenty to sort out today. Let's get straight into it and see how much we can get done, because we've only got essentially 2.5 days to get this thing ready. All right, we've got our leaning tower of boxes here ready to go, which means all of this can now start to be sorted into little categories. There's still quite a lot of stuff that we need to sort out. Some of this stuff down the bottom needs loading up and sorting. I haven't sorted any of this out yet. There's some random little bits of cigarette cards floating around, some stuff that needs to go in boxes that just isn't in there yet. And then stuff like this can go together. Essentially, we're just kind of doing like a bit of a tidy up today and trying to get those last sort of 50 to 100 lots set up. We probably have room for maybe one more table down here and maybe one there if we have a spare one, and then anything else is just going to have to go in that back area on the ground. I'd say the biggest challenge of pulling stuff from this store is making sure that we actually unlist it all and we're pulling it off the main, so that when it does sell on auction and eventually it may sell again on eBay, it's not already gone. So as we're going, we're essentially unlisting everything, each individual item, and by category, like we did with the pops. So hopefully that makes sure that we are not double selling an item that is ready gone in auction. I have been sorting for a good couple of hours now. I put you down for a little bit because I just need to get some stuff done. But essentially, I'm trying to sort it into sections now. So I've kind of got like music, electronics, and then like kitchen area down the bottom there. Then we kind of start moving into sort of collectibles, some shoes, some more electronics, and then it just keeps going. I'll show you a couple of things that I have put in this morning because I have been putting some more stuff in. Flip you guys around. Okay, most of the stuff that I've done this morning has kind of been up this end. So I just pulled that out and made a couple Lego boxes, a Goosebumps box, a Hot Wheels box. I even made a bit of a car box and a camera, like new in-box camera. I then moved a lot of this stuff over here. So we've got some like R.M. Williams, we've got some Sandful shorts, some more R.M. Williams, some excess MacPack stuff. You guys have probably seen most of this, I think. Some random yellow shower edges, a Singer, I think it's like a knitting machine, let's call it that. That's the light, and essentially I'm just trying to be tidying it up. The idea here is that essentially our lot numbers will start at 1 and go like all the way through essentially until you get all the way down there, up here, down there, up here, and down there. So it should flow pretty easily. So Jazz has actually joined us now. She's finished all the daily photography. I'm going to start writing up all of these lots onto the run sheet for the auction house, and then we'll have to go through and photo all this. So Jazz is doing a little bit of a tidy up and getting stuff ready for the photos. There's probably still another 50 to 100 listings that we're going to put in, but we can kind of tack them on as we go. So it's just good to get this started because today is Tuesday and essentially we have to have this all done by Thursday, so we don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to get back to it. Lot 8, Swan Maxi USB wireless webcam. We have now essentially set up everything up to about lot 200. What lot are you up to, Jasmine?
I am recording lot 143 and my hand is cramping.
143 is a set of 3 high-tech boots, so
Brand spanking new in the box.
It's a nice little lot there. We've got tons of really good stuff here, guys, so definitely worth coming down and having a look.
Onka Paringa blankets.
Guys, I think we're about to wrap up for the day. I think we're up to listing number 200 for the auction, and we have about another 100 to itemize, and then tomorrow we'll get photos and finish off any last listings, which should give us like Thursday, most of Thursday, to finalize all of this and hopefully get it across them so they can get it up listed. So I think we're in a good position right now. It's hard to say exactly because every time we do something, something else occurs and we need to do that to make something else happen. But I think we're going to be okay. So we're going to head home now. We're going to wrap up for today, which means we've got all day Wednesday and half of Thursday to get everything else done, which I think is going to be enough. We're trying to decide if we're going to auction off all of our CDs or not. That's the only thing that we're kind of like on the fence about. But at this stage, there's some great stuff in this auction, and I really think we're going to be getting closer to that $10,000 figure that we need to be getting out of this to make it worthwhile. So fingers crossed we get enough done tomorrow to make that happen. All right, day 5, and we are in the final stages of getting this set up. So we've done up to about 250 of the listings, and we probably have about another 100 to go. We've actually got a whole family involved today. We've got grandma, we've got mum, Jazz upstairs taking photos, and I am getting all of the actual boxes in here. Let's have a quick look at where we're up to. So essentially everything from 1 all the way up to about 200 has been listed. We still have to take photos, and then we've been putting some new stuff in. Have to give these a quick clean up, some nice VHS. This is all untested. Really nice 3-blade fan there as well. Some of that MacPack stuff. I've set out all the hats over here. I've also just moved all of the tools and that over to this section because we're going to utilize that table for a bit more electronics. I've added a couple more jerseys in as well. Added this nice Sam Menegola one, and also this Crows trainer. So there's probably about 30 to 35 listings in that section. And then we sort of still have to clean up this front bit, get all of the posters and all of the framed artwork set up, but we are getting there. There is kind of 2 more sections that I'd like to do, but I don't think we're going to get to do it in the auction, and I'm not really sure if it's best for auction. So that's all of our books. All of our books will essentially be going at some point, and the other one is CDs. We have a lot of CDs that we want to move through. It's just not a category that we're going to be doing ongoing, but you can see how much we've actually ripped off these shelves. There's a ton of space now, which is great, which means we can really focus in on the areas that we are going to specialize in going forward. So being that we're probably not going to get those books or the CDs in this one, if anyone is interested in doing like a really big bulk deal of CDs or all of our books at once, we're happy to come up with a fair price. It's just not a category that we want to be working on into the future, especially on the main store. So either give us a DM on Instagram or leave us a message here and we'll see if we can work something out. All right guys, it is very hot in here and we're in the very, very last stages of setting this all up. I think we ended up with about 320 listings.
That's solid. Look around this room. Like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
a lot of
This
cool
all
stuff.
came out of our warehouse and our home.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, so I'll make sure I link to the auction in the description below. If the link isn't up when I post this video, I'll make sure I update it, and we'll also link some stuff on our Instagram as well.
And if you're local, don't forget to come down on Wednesday because you can come and look through and check everything out.
Yeah, and the auction will be Thursday online, so make sure you register to bid at the auction rooms. Get your bids in because there's some awesome stuff here, and we'll probably see you Friday or Monday for pickup. So thanks for joining us on this crazy adventure. Hopefully it goes well and we'll do a little bit of an update after the auction to tell you where we ended up. Thanks for being here guys, and we'll see you next time on Towards the Thrifters. Bye for now.